Welcome to Tampa, Raymond James Stadium, and while it is indeed home to the 2021 Super Bowl champion Buccaneers, it is also the home field for the USF Bulls and the clash that we have in store today. We've got a sensational matchup for you. Fans have been filing in and getting ready for this game. As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the Memphis Tigers, taking on a team from the Sun Belt, the South Florida Bulls. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started.
Still thinking about life insurance? State Farm is here today to help you plan for tomorrow.
The Tigers ready to get this thing started and open the season. He'll bring it out. It's Shaw. Really
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to quarterback spy my college football team. What you want to do is when you're a linebacker, defensive end, whatever position you would like to quarterback spy, put A on your Xbox controller right before the snap.
He is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football game. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others, that they got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Making side adjustments here. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Bulls will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, and just like that, they'll have to give it up. On the move from inside his 40. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. So the Memphis Tigers offense will try to get something going with their first. We've seen freshmen step into the running back position with big expectations many times. David, Herschel Walker, Adrian Peterson, among others, and they hope that they found a guy like that here.
Well, and he's highly touted. He's got the skill set, obviously, highly recruited. Everybody talked about him. But this is a different animal, Palmer. Like when you come into this atmosphere and you got a bunch of full-grown men coming at you, I'm very curious to see how he responds. I know he has the physical ability, but is he ready for this?
He looks really good coming off the bus, I'll say that. He is definitely built different, but he's going to have to run different than he did at high school. David, you know this. You can't bounce every run to the outside and get away with it like he did at high school. I'm really curious to see the discipline he's going to have in this game, running the football now that he's playing against much tougher competition.
Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Hill. Got out of trouble and throws. That's reeled in. It's Avery. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision.
Man, these late-night crowds are so much fun. They're so into it, so much energy in this building. And the visiting team drives down the field. Tell you what, drive stalls out a little bit, but they quieted this place a little bit by getting 3 and starting this game off on the right foot.
South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Looking downfield on first down. Blasted as he lets it go.
Nice job by the quarterback trying to buy time and scrambling to the right, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Handoff to the lone back. Oh, he's got some space. And a little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Motion from the wideout. Right back to the well. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
They'll give it to the back. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Now the play fake. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Talking to coaches coming into this football game, he said he's got to keep his quarterback upright, got to protect him. If they give him time, he can do some damage. But so far, man, he's been hit early. He's been hit often. They've got to do a better job of protection up front.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Bulls will call on their punt team. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead.
And then you're going to get the top of. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to quarterback spy and college football position. So what you want to do is when you're a linebacker, defensive end, whatever position you would like to quarterback spy, click A on your Xbox controller right before the snap, and then you're going to get this little pop-up browser to the left. Click your right stick to the left. You can shoot that player in quarterback spy. So you can see my mic receiver or my middle linebacker catch a little. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to quarterback spy
And the defense holds firm.
what you want to do is when you're a linebacker, defensive end, whatever position you would like to quarterback spy, click A on your Xbox controller right before the snap, and then you're going to get this little pop-up browser to the left. Take your right stick to the left. Shoot that player in quarterback spy. So you can see my mic receiver or my middle linebacker catch a little.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system.
This is a team feeling zen. And these are the Dell Power Edge servers that make them feel that way. They take care of themselves. The team can spend less time growing.
Culture, and now they're bringing him in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back?
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Memphis will send the punt team onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. He gets a block. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole.
Defense seems to be better than the Bulls. The wider zone defenses don't work as good as they should. On this video, I'm going to show you how to fix that, plus some other secret tips that will instantly improve your defense in college football.
Give to the running back.
The first thing we're going to start with is
we'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
There's a lot of people fall for this game. Flat routes or drag routes and just quick routes.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. He leaves it with the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, he got you 2 on 1st down. He got you 2 on 2nd. 2 won't get it done on 3rd. You're going to have to go somewhere else if you're on offense here and stay on the field.
Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. Sends it downfield. And a big play on the left sideline. Excellent awareness to get that foot in bounds.
Really nice timing on that throw. Quarterback had to hold it, allow his receiver to work his route, but he threw it at the perfect moment so that he was able to make the catch inbounds right on the sideline.
The Bulls will have it 1st and 10.
Now what happens if I pass through this flag? I can see that the defense is there to limit it to about 2 yards. He is going to try to throw to this flat out, and you see that the team...
From the gun, they'll try the middle.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off. And really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive points.
That's the end of the quarter, and Memphis has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. Leaves it with the back. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play.
Really nice job by the defense that time, getting a stop. They've been really good so far in this one, shutting this guy down, not letting him break out. You've got the lead. It's tight, though. And you know the opponent is going to keep trying to run it. So can you keep this up here in the 2nd half on defense? That's the question.
And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. Here comes the field goal unit. He'll try to knock it through from 38 yards out.
Does that make sense?
Field goal is good. With that field goal, guys, we're all tied up, and there we go. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. K-State has the lead right now. The Little Apple has been buzzing all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They are up by 7 over Air Force. That's where things stand right now, and of course, if the script is flipped, you will hear about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make a miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Back to pass, it's Green. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Memphis will be forced to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. Like, the passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field.
There he goes! And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37.
Defensively, you'll take the slow down. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop. But you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run the guys, and get him on the ground, for goodness sakes. This guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Now, first, we're going to make sure that everybody is constantly by pressing the wire, trying to get them down in the left hip, and then we're going to stay in the release of the game, which is why we're trying to get down in the right hip. Now, let me be very clear. You do not want to do this in the defense if you're running a one or a little blitz, because you could.
And the Bulls come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Sometimes people get off the press really good and get some open yards, but this is going to make it a little harder, and it gives you a little more time for your pass rush to potentially get home. Now, we're going to use this guy from the
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. And off from the shotgun. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for it.
Makes the catch. It's Williams. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately.
Well, the offense trying to catch him off guard a little bit, running that draw play, but the defense wasn't fooled. Everybody stayed in their lane, and they're able to get the tackle for loss.
Safe completion on the screen. Breaks into the open. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. Quarterback making adjustments. He's looking to throw. Pocket breaking down. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, USF. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that's a 59-yard touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Creates a little space. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
And these short yardage situations, it all comes down to the up front. Like, who can win the battle up front? Can you get a hat on the hat? And they do. This offensive line, they get on the D-line, they create just enough space, understand short yard situation, fall forward, and get a first down.
Dropping back, it's Hill. Fires to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Here comes the heat. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28.
This defense will bring pressure from the linebacker level, from the cornerback level, free safety level, and the strong safety level. They're bringing it from all over the field.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Couldn't find a man, just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. Memphis will send the punt team onto the field. Wants to bring it back. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job. Great catch.
TV at 5 notches.
TV doesn't support that.
Turn the volume up 5.
The Bulls line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Gets some yardage and gets down. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. To the air on first down. Here's a heat. They get to him as he throws.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Oh, they're after him! And the quarterback is sacked. There are penalty flags down, but this might be doubly bad for the offense. I think the penalty might be on them. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Going to sling it on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. Got his man to the left. Inside the 35. Knocked out of bounds. This offense with the big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
The give to the back. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. He's going to try to punch one through from 45 yards away. Right down the boulevard. And they'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Tampa. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Raymond James Stadium.
Just about set to get this second half underway. He'll start the return inside the spot. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments. They've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think even if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a save here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Here's the pressure. Fires to the big fella. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking for a man. It's Green. He'll off one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Memphis will be forced to punt. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. And the returner goes down. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. Handoff to the single back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The offense changing the play. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
They'll leave it with him. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Bulls with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Off play action. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Finds the tight end. They'll stop him at the 31. Let's mark it off at 5 yards, and that will be a 1st down. The Bulls are on the move. They go to the ground. They get him stopped at the 26, but not before he picks up 5 yards. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Bulls can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. Fires left. It's incomplete. And I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back.
Well, that DB basically could have just ran that route for the wide receiver. He was all over him. There was no shot that receiver was going to be able to make that play. Beautiful job by the defensive back.
The Bulls come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Wants to adjust the pattern. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Quickly out to the tight end. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17.
It's all about critical downs and distances on defense. You want to be great unit defensively. You've got to be good on 3rd down and in the red zone. For this defense, giving up a 3rd down like that, that is just a gut punch.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Give to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. And this will be the 9th play of the drive. He wants to change this route. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Has to get there to move the sticks. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, South Florida. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking in front.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. UNLV looks like it sent the JV squad out there today. An offense that can't move the sticks and a defense that looks disinterested. They're trailing by 23 to UTSA. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. His drive will open from the 15. From the gun, the ground game. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Bought a little time, lets it go.
At this point, trailing by a lot, the defense is expecting you to throw it. If you're going to throw over the middle of the field, the window's going to open and close quickly. You got to have better timing to complete that throw. They just didn't have it there.
Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. Pressure coming. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And this defense just continues to dominate the football game. This score is lopsided. It's not looking good. But I know one thing. If you can't protect that guy, there's no chance for you to win this game or the future games.
Memphis will send the punt team onto the field. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down.
Now, who can say down that means
running to the left. He'll get it down to the 31, and that's where he goes out of bounds.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. He'll try to get it through the air. Unloads it downfield. And that shot downfield falls incomplete, and that's how we'll wrap up the 3rd quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and USF is on top. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. And to open the 4th quarter, they'll start with a field goal attempt. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. So, guys, a missed opportunity to expand the lead, but still a 17-point cushion. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. Fires to the middle. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking to throw, it's Hill. Hit as he throws. He makes a catch. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. Memphis coming to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down. Got a man, it's Henry. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Drop a gun. Give on the inside. He stopped in the backfield again, and this just hasn't been his night. It's been more like a nightmare. pass on second down. Finds his man. It's Henry. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Wants to throw on third down. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ball game.
On first and goal, let's see if Memphis can get it in the end zone. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And this has been the story of the night. The offensive line getting beat up. And this is why this team is losing. You got to protect your quarterback. This defense has had a field day with their 5th sack of the game.
After getting nothing done on first down, second and goal from the 6. To the air, it's Green. Trying to pull his way in. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Memphis. A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary and make that big play.
Lining up for the PAT. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. On the run, it's Isaac. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
Gets him on the ground at the 31, but a nice pickup of 15 yards there.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Now facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback making checks. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Makes the grabs. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Bulls are moving quickly down the field. Leaves it with the running back. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking for a crease. It's Isaac. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Big tight end makes the grab, 1st down, still on his feet. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, at this situation in the game now with the lead, you know the offense is just going to try and run the football, bleed the clock, and ice this game.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Might be calling a hot route. To the air on 2nd down. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Trying to get it done with the run here on 3rd and goal. Touchdown Bulls! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That one will put a little extra distance, give them a little cushion down the stretch.
And there was a little bit of hope, but you just snatched away with that touchdown. This game is now over.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he made the extra point without problem. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. Not a lot of hope here, down 3 possessions late.
Now, and I love this part as a pass rusher because I'm just pinning my ears back, getting to the quarterback. I know it's a pass every single time. Palmer, I'm trying to pad my stats. I'm sure you're just trying to stay upright.
Well, we're definitely just trying to stay alive at this point, but we're also trying to build confidence, too, for your next opponent. If you can find some completions late in the game, even though it looks like you're going to lose it, it's all about building on the good things you do this week so that you're out executing at a higher level than next time.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. To the air, it's Hill. Under fire. Had to get rid of it quickly. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on.
Hold offense.
They'll back him up with a holding penalty this time. They've spent most of the day backing them up with sacks anyway. Line getting set on 2nd down. It's a draw. He's stopped again, and he's had a busy night, if not necessarily a productive one so far. Likely a lost cause, but they'll throw it again. Under fire. He'll slide and avoid the big hit. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively coming into this one, David. There were some matchups on the field they thought they could exploit. We saw that happen.
No doubt. Good job by this coaching staff, understanding who's out there to make plays, feeding them the football, offense, defense, special teams, all working together to get it done.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.